Hi, I'm Karen Chappell and I'm here talking to Sarah Houldcroft of Goldcrest Books. Good morning, Sarah. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you, Karen.
Fabulous. Tell me about this book. This colouring book's a great idea. Where did it come from?
Well, originally I had the idea when I was thinking about quotes that I saw that actually inspired me, and I thought we just read them and think, oh yeah, that's a really good quote, and we might sort of post them on social media, but we don't necessarily really contemplate them. So what I wanted to do was put all these quotes together in a book and turn it into a way to really contemplate the words and what they meant, and combine that with colouring as well, which obviously is a very popular way to relax. But it did kind of take on a life of its own, because quite a few of the quotes became my quotes, and then I asked business ladies that I knew to contribute to it as well. So they're not quotes that you might find anywhere on the internet. They are individual sort of personalized quotes.
Right. Unique to the person.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And what are the benefits of colouring?
Well, colouring is kind of sort of like an art therapy in a way. And it does sort of relax you. It gives you kind of time out without sort of stressing your brain too much. So it's been known to be a good thing to do for a while. And I think it's become really popular because people are looking for a way to just switch off for a little while, perhaps.
Yes,
it's another form of meditation in a way. If you're not really into meditation as such, then this is another way of just chilling out and taking some time for yourself.
And is there any science behind it?
I think that there is a sort of when you're colouring, part of your brain does sort of switch off. It is similar to meditation, because when you're meditating, your brain sort of switches off. So when you're actually colouring something in, and the way I put it in the book, you actually colour in the letters and the words of the quote itself, then you are kind of dampening down everything else, so that you can breathe.
I've just thought, Sarah, do you have a copy of your book? Because I've got a copy here.
Oh yeah.
Just like so. So if you open it up so we can see the pages. Excuse me.
Yeah, because it's actually got place to write your achievements for the week. Because the idea is that there's 52 in here, so there's one for every week of the year.
Right.
So you kind of look at the quote. In fact, we should go to, where are we? Let's just, yeah, I was trying to find the one that, because obviously you have contributed to it. I can't remember what page you're in. So if I look at the back, I've got a list of all the contributors with something about them. Let me just find you. Where are you? Because I thought it was a good idea to actually, if these ladies were contributing, that people knew about what they did and who they were. So, okay, this is your page. You only have one body, look after it, listen to your body and take action, don't ignore it. Wise advice. And then next to it, you can write the achievements for the week, because I think we're actually really bad at forgetting what we have achieved and thinking about what we haven't achieved.
Yes, that's true.
So if you do this for 52 weeks, you've got a whole year's worth of positive sort of thoughts that you can look back on.
Oh, that's great.
So and there's not too much to colour in, because a lot of people don't want lots of busy, tiny little bits to colour in, I found, and I don't like that either. So I've produced pages that there's enough, but not too much.
Right, okay. It's not overwhelming.
No,
Right.
no.
And so who's the book for, Sarah?
Well, originally I produced it with other business women in mind.
Yeah.
But I found that as I've been selling it, then women are actually buying it for their younger, their daughters,
Oh, right.
their young people have become interested in it. So I've got a lot of people that are buying it as presents for their particularly their daughters.
Yeah, yeah. So it would be a great idea for birthday presents and Christmas presents.
Yeah. Which was a surprise to me, actually, because I had aimed it at business women, but it seems that because the quotes are inspiring quotes, then any age really can sort of benefit from it if they enjoy the colouring.
Okay, where can they buy it from, Sarah?
Well, it's available through my website at goldcrestbooks.com/CMI for Colour Me Inspired. And if you buy it that way or directly from me, then some of the money goes to two charities. Calm, which is the campaign against living miserably, because I was really quite affected by the high suicide rate in this country, and they are trying to do something about it. And cancer.
That male suicide?
Yeah, particularly male suicide, although they wouldn't turn anyone away, but they are focusing particularly on male suicide. And then cancer research, that's a long-term one for me because of my mother died of ovarian cancer. So so I'm raising money for those two charities as well.
Great causes. Now, given that people might want to buy more than one, do you offer bulk discounts, or do you just work on a single purchase basis?
On the website, you can just buy the one, but if you want to buy more, you can email me actually from the page.
Right.
And I did send 10 to Canada a few months ago.
Really?
So then if somebody wants to buy a number, then we can talk about it.
Right, okay. So it sounds like they're really popular, Sarah, which is great news.
Yeah, I've sold quite a few actually. I've had some amazing comments about people that have sort of started colouring and all the rest of it. So it's been really good. Yeah, it's been well received.
And the other thing, Sarah, is you're obviously a publisher, and there are a lot of people who have books in them. Do you have any tips? I know that's a massive question, but is there anything that you can, any nuggets that you can share?
Well, I think if you think you do have a book in you, then I think that the hardest bit is knowing really how to start. And sometimes if you've just got a piece of paper and a pen, or somewhere on your phone if you're completely digital, where you can just almost like have a brain dump, and every time you think of something you can write it down immediately, some little kind of idea, and it might sound a bit daft, but write it all down.
Okay.
Or type it up somewhere and just sort of had a brain dump and see what comes out. And it's amazing. I mean, I did a workshop where one of the ladies on the workshop, I did a visualization of seeing the book before they'd even knew what they were going to write, and she found the title for her book.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to be structured. You don't have to sit down and start at the beginning and be methodical right the way to the end. You can just put post-its or whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you. I think the important thing is that you do something, you write something. You don't have to write it in order. It's just as the ideas come, scribble them down and let your subconscious sort of work on it.
Okay. Because as a publisher, really, you could write about anything, but I know that you help people focus on their branding and get a book out related to their branding. So is there anything around that branding is it just the same process for writing any book?
I think to start with, if you don't really know what you want to do, I mean, somehow you've got to make a start, and that is often the trickiest bit.
Right. Okay.
So I think when you actually start to put stuff down on paper, I mean, if you sit in front of your computer with a blank sort of Word document and say, right, okay, I'm going to start writing my book, then probably nothing will come.
Right.
But if you're doing something else, I mean, what happens to me quite often is I will wake up in the early hours of the morning and I've had some ideas. I've got a pen and a paper next to me, and I just in my bedroom, and I just scribble down whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be whole sentences. It can be just words.
Oh, okay.
But then you build up something which you can then make sense of later.
Mm.
But it gets you over that worry of starting. And I think, in fact, I think on my website as well, I've got some information to help people start writing if they want to.
Right. Excuse me, I think I'm coming down with cold. Well, that's great. I should be looking at that, Sarah. And that's goldcrestbooks.com.
.com, yeah.
Fabulous. Thanks so much for joining me today, Sarah. Lovely talking to you,
right.
as always.
Nice to talk to you.
I'll see you soon at Sarah
Okay.
Houldcroft Books and KarenChappell.org. Bye.